Alright, what's going on, you guys? I'm going to be doing a custom tactics review of my custom tactics because I want to share them with everyone since they work so well with me. So let's get into it. Alright, so we use the 4-2-3-1 formation with balanced defensive style, 35 width. This is really crucial for when you're defending because you want to be closer in than more spread apart. So if he tries to go down the middle, he'll get too jammed up and he won't be able to get through the middle basically. And if he does get through the middle, your goalkeeper's right there to save it. If you pull the keeper or if you just let him be, he'll probably save it, probably not, 50-50. Instead of going through the side and having him have a smaller angle. So that is why I use 35 width. 60 depth, that is really up to you. I use 60 because it's always worked with me. I've used it in almost every other FIFA that I've done. I've used it FIFA 20, FIFA 21, 22, 23, and now I'm using it like in Eafc, which I'm still going to call FIFA 24. And it's helped me really well in defense because they all push up and they don't, like, it's like an automated offside in a way, sort of. I also, for the offensive, use fast build-up and in forward runs. The reasoning behind that is once I intercept the ball, my players that are attacking would push up and I'd have more open space and it would create chances for me if I needed a through ball, long ball, short passes, all kinds of stuff. I didn't touch the width because I feel like it's perfect the way it is with the players I use, which we'll get into in a little bit. And it's better in a way. So if I take a shot and the goalkeeper saves it and it rebounds, my other player's right there for a little tap in. I also use 3 players in the box because if I have 2 players outside of the box and one of my players misses a header, one of those players is probably going to get the ball and I can go off the shot off the edge of the D or the edge of the box, which is better than not taking the shot. Or I could take it and create space for a sweaty goal or something like that. Corners and free kicks are mostly up to you. I have them on these because they've worked for me so far and I've always used them. Now we get into the custom tactic or the instructions. For my striker, he is about 6'1", the new Andre Silva card. So he's more of a poacher than anything. That shouldn't be there. That should be target player. Yeah, he's more of a poacher. And he's really good at shooting. He bodies players. I have him on stay central and target player. So he would make those central runs that I need if needed. He would basically body players if I needed him to and take the shot. I have Griezmann playing as the false 9/cam because he's more of a passer. In my eyes, he's a finisher. He's a well-rounded player. I have him on just stay forward because he acts like a false 9 and he creates chances, he finishes chances. His finesse shot is really, really, really good. So I have him on just stay forward. My left and right cams are on come back on defense and get into the box. It's just so we defend in more of a 4-4-2 sort of theme that I have going on. And it works pretty well for me, so I stick with it. I'm gonna stick with it. And then for my 2 DMs, I have them on stay back while attacking and cover center. That's just so when they push back, they cover all the ground in the middle where CBs don't push up too high. So I have both of them on stay back on while attacking and cover center. My right back and left back are just on stay back while attacking, so they don't push up too high and overlap my wingers whenever we're attacking. It's crucial sometimes that they do, but I just have them on the settings so it's more of a straight back line whenever he's attacking. So I have pretty much a 4v2, 4v3, and it would outnumber him every time. The center backs and goalkeeper, I didn't really touch much. I only put sweeper keeper on the goalie and come for crosses because I want him to push out and catch the ball so the opponent doesn't get a header or doesn't get anything else. And moving on into my 4-3-3-4 tactics, I have it set on balanced, 45 width, 70 defensive. I have this on balanced and 45 and 70 because this creates more of an offside trap for me as well, and it'll like man mark his attackers, his strikers for the center backs if needed. Left back and right backs just cut inside a little bit, but not too much, which I really like. And for my offensive play, I have long ball and forward runs. The reason behind long ball is so my attackers get a long ball and I could easily attack, like when I have James Maddison in the midfield, who's a really, really, really good playmaking player. So he's got really good passing, really good finishing, not so much on the pace, but he's my go-to deep line playmaker, sort of. And then I have 40 width. The reasoning is so my players are closer together, so then I would have easy chances, easier ways of passing the ball to one player if one of them is too locked up, and then he would be wide open, shot, goal. And then I have 4 players in the box just because it'll overpower him if I have a player back post and he's marking the middle of his box, which will work. Corners and free kicks, I have them on 2, but it's really up to you if you want to put them on 3, 5, whatever. It's really up to you. My instructions are striker, central, get in behind, stay forward. Like I said, Andre Silva is a poacher, through ball merchant, all of that shambles. And then my left wing and right wing are on comeback on defense, getting behind. I only have that on because I already have 4 players into the box. I don't need to put instructions for them to get into the box realistically, so they'll work out fine for me. The midfield, I recommend you use a player like Griezmann in your cam or James Maddison in your cam role, just so he's more agile, more persistent for passing and finishing. Pace is not so much, but I would still use someone that's pretty decent for pace. I have him on stay forward to act also like a false 9 because Griezmann, to be honest, one of the best players in this game at the moment. Unreal for shooting, passing, dribbling, you name it. Even his heading for being such a short striker. And then my 2 midfielders I have for left centerman. You want to get more of a defensive player, so that's why I have Chouameni there. So more of a defensive player that could play central of the whole pitch. Really physical, really well on the ball, the whole thing. Stay back while attacking and cover center. My right center mid, however, is on get forward, cover center. I recommend you use a more attacking player or a box-to-box player that's still good at shooting, has a lot of pace and a lot of stamina. So someone like Kante maybe, or the new female card, I forget what her name is, I can't think of it at the top of my head, but she's unreal. And then my fullbacks are on stay back while attacking, again, so they don't push up too high, overlap, and leave that space open for long balls, through balls out on the wing. And then my goalkeeper is on balanced, my center backs are unbalanced. Let's move into my 4-4-2 tactics. Again, 40 width, 70 depth, balance, direct passing 50. And then I have 3 players get on the edge of the box area just so I can have that easy cutback pass and shot. Self-explanatory, really. And then my corners, again, up to you, doesn't really matter. My 2 strikers. I recommend play one tall striker that can play like a false 9 again, and one tall striker that's a poacher like Andre Silva, and a false 9 player, because that's also really good at attacking, but more of a false 9 player, so he can create those chances, finish easily, the whole thing. My right mid, left mid are on come back on defense, get into the box. Again, pretty self-explanatory. Come back into the defense, act as the whole midfield, come into one unit, and just absolutely bomb them. And then my 2 center mids are on stay back while attack and cover center. Really, really well. Although I do recommend a box-to-box left center mid or right center mid, just so when you're attacking, you have more of an option to pass back, and keep passing, and then find that open space and shoot. My fullbacks, again, stay back while attacking, and my goalkeeper on just sweeper keeper. I wanted to do comfort crosses, but my center backs, since they're tall enough and they're really good in the air, I don't really need to do that, since I'm more defensive than attacking in this formation. But yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up for tonight, and I hope you enjoyed these custom tactics. I hope they work out well for you in FUT Champs, Div Rivals, squad battles if you're playing squad battles. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed.